You are listening to Kickspot.
All right, everyone, welcome to the Kickspot. And if you were tuning into our past episodes, we just did a R&B battle,
And
the winner was Migs.
Yeah, bias
I'm
win.
sorry,
It's
Josh.
all good. Whatever, bias win. It's all good. I hit him with the Avant and the Casey and JoJo, and I still lost.
Somebody bitter.
and not only that,
Yeah.
not only that, we also did a how to make your own customized tamale.
Yes.
And so what we did is we did a chicken adobo tamale.
Yes.
That's what we did.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little
chicken.
fusion. I know
Yeah.
Josh said that he was had some experience with the Vietnamese tamale, but this is going to be interesting to incorporate the adobo tamale.
Yes.
And if you guys didn't see the episode, you can always check out our YouTube. And then you can also follow the directions on any of our social media platforms. We're just going to link the Instagram here right now at _Kickspot as well.
Yes.
So I'm excited to try this.
Yes, let's do it.
I was like,
Let's
where's
do it.
mine then?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
He gets two, I get none?
Really?
Oh, okay.
Just
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Okay, so make sure
Yeah, I'm
this
sorry.
one is
I'm like-
unkicks one.
Okay.
All right,
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unravel these things. We had these things cooking while we were doing our
R&B
Podcast?
battle.
and our R&B battle.
let me see how this tastes.
So we have this tamale. Oh man,
Oh,
I don't know
man.
about you guys. Mine
Ooh,
looks
wait.
fucking, mine looks good.
Ooh,
Smells good.
Ooh, wait.
Okay,
you got there?
Smells
so
good.
I have
what
this
you
adobo sauce.
Ooh,
that
is
I
that
want to-
like a gravy, like a Jollibee gravy?
Yes.
It's better than the Jelly
The
Bean,
Jollibee.
right?
Bro, pop some Jollibee gravy.
What is it,
Oh,
seriously?
Some Mang
So
Tamas.
this is adobo sauce.
Oh, is it?
So,
It's not Mang Tamas, right?
It's your regular.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Your
That's good,
right.
fam. Damn, okay, my bad. Sauce
Okay.
me up.
All right. Well, it's just your regular adobo sauce.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but it's wrapped in a tamale. So, let's try it. Let's see.
Do I just grab it with my
Yeah,
hands?
just grab it or however you guys want to try it.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
I'm done.
Like, mic drop.
Yeah.
Josh. Wow, bro.
Dog, this is like, I'm even surprised myself.
Chef Spinoza. Chef Spinoza, sir.
Yeah, man.
In the house. Bro, like, it's so good. Like, it like elevated the chicken adobo inside. I don't know what you did. I don't know how you steamed it. But it, like, I don't know how much water or, like, what the steam average you did. It, like, elevated everything.
Yeah, how long are you supposed to steam this?
My God.
Usually tamales about like 45 to maybe an hour, depending how thick your masa is. But I usually do like about 45 minutes.
So Migs, yours is so small, you got 2 minutes. And ours is big, so
It's not that small, bro.
I mean, I saw how small it was.
Yeah,
It's pretty
man.
tiny. That was so good.
Dog.
Oh, my gosh.
After the show, we need Josh to make some more for us. We're gonna wait 45 minutes.
Dog, I want more.
Oh, my
Hey,
gosh.
should I like throw some in right now?
Bro, do
Dude,
what you need to do, bro.
yeah, no.
To do what I
Dog,
gotta do. To prove to you that I'm gonna do anything.
I got 45 minutes to steam these tamales.
Look, Jinu left because it was so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, that is super good. I'm not gonna lie. That is super good.
Bro, are you like selling this like on the streets?
On the streets. All right. Let me throw this away very quick.
Oh my gosh.
Give me 10 seconds.
Family, that was really good, fam.
All right, after the show, we're gonna have to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
That was good. I'm ready to go.
That's super
Wow.
good. What do you think, Migs?
I mean, I've never had tamales like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only had like chicken tamales and some pork tamales and some jalapeno tamales, but not chicken adobo tamales like that.
Yeah, it's just different because of the marination within the adobo.
Yeah.
Bro,
It brings out more. Like
Yeah.
I think more of like a sweeter taste. For
I
me.
mean, but that's when your creativeness comes through. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't just have to be chicken adobo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it couldn't be again, like I said, it could be bulgogi or another Korean dish. It could be anything.
Did you make the sauce?
Yes.
Was that homemade?
Yes, homemade. Yes.
Do you have like a secret recipe for that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Actually, I think adobo is pretty basic recipe as far as soy sauce, vinegar, bay leaf,
Okay.
peppercorns, ginger. You know, the whole shebang.
Love it.
Like again, it's about creativity.
Love
It's
it.
about creativity. You know what I mean? Like,
Love
who
it,
would have
man.
thought like, hey, let's make a double tamale?
I never did.
Yeah.
So obviously you're doing your own thing, but at Crustacean, do you have the opportunity to start making like different things like this as well too?
Yeah. At Crustacean, every once in a while, they would like tell us, hey, we want to see a dish of yours. But the thing is, like, you know, as far as like for me as a Filipino background, like I have to kind of dig deep with like the Vietnamese background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll be making like banh siao or banh riu or whatever like Vietnamese dishes they have. So I was like, okay, I know my favorite dish is the banh siao or something. The crepe, the Vietnamese crepe. How do I make it fine dining? How do I get my bosses to love this? And you just start becoming more creative and just like, okay, I'm gonna do it this way, I'm gonna do it that way, and fortunately, they loved it and they put in one of the menus for the fine dining spots.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. So I personally enjoy cooking.
Yeah.
And I think I learned just off of necessity. I just had to. I was broke.
For sure.
So I figured out like random things, and as an artist myself,
Yeah.
like I would just combine stuff together
Yeah.
to figure out taste.
Yeah.
But you know, the first time I ever like cut stuff up, people were like, "Dude, how are you cutting like that?" So I'd be like, "Do this." I don't know, like the back and forth, like I'm cutting a steak,
Yeah.
right? And people are like, "Dude, you're supposed to cut it like
this
way
this
and that
way,
way."
yeah.
So, just for the listeners to listen to, like, what are some advices that you have for when you're like cooking? Like, is there like a technique that we should be watching out for? Or, 'cause I just watch off of videos.
Yeah. No, there for me, I mean, like I get this all the time because like there's a difference between like home cooks and restaurant cooks, whatever. And people are like, oh, like, you know, what's the difference? Blah blah.
Right.
And like, to be honest, like it's just about like knowing your basics of cooking. I think what people forget is the common sense of cooking. To be honest, like that's what it is. Like people forget the common sense of cooking. Like,
And what are those?
yeah,
common
like for
sense?
example, let's say you have a stove on, right? If your flame is too high, it's gonna burn your stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta know your temperature control. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. Temperature control.
your temperature control. Like your flame's too high. Let's say you want to cook a steak. You want your pan to be as hot as you can be to get that sear, like that, bam, good color, and then you temperature control it, lower it down, and then you flip it over, blah blah, and then you get that good color. You know what I mean? Because if for example, like let's say you turn it up all the way, you keep it all the way hot, what's gonna happen?
It's
You
raw
got-
inside.
Yeah,
and
raw
just
inside
burn
is
the outside.
super burnt on the outside. So like, I think a lot of people are kind of overthinking it. You can say, like you guys use your common sense.
I don't think
Yeah.
that's common sense.
I think it's common sense.
I know. I've been around
but
a
no,
lot
but
of
the thing is,
people.
like, but the crazy thing is that I've worked in so many restaurants that like I would get, you know, a lot of like
Suggestions?
Yeah, I'd be like hello, like think about it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
now you really think about like, yeah, you're right.
Well,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
think about like steak, right? Like that's like one of my favorite things to cook.
Oh, yeah,
right?
for sure.
So I'll put it at the top of the oven on high.
Yeah.
I'll do it for like maybe 7,
Yeah.
10 minutes. Flip it to the other
Other
side for
side.
maybe 3
Yeah.
minutes or something like that, right? But I think leaving it out for a little bit and getting that to cook
Yeah.
internally because the
Yes.
temperature inside gets
You
a lot
know?
hotter.
Uh-huh.
That's what not a lot of people know,
Yeah.
right?
So the carryover as far as cooking, like it's carrying over cooking wise. Yeah.
yeah.
So what I do personally, I'll just take steak as an example.
Yeah.
So when I cook steak, I always use the oven. Or not, I mean, depends on how thick the steak is.
Yeah.
If the steak is like 1 inch thick,
Okay.
then I'll just cook it as is. But if you're cooking like a tomahawk with a fucking bone,
Yeah.
sorry, I don't know if I can say that. Bleep that with a bone, and it's like 2 inches thick. Like yes, I'll cook it through the oven. But what my thing is like you always want to get a good color, and whatever you do, whether it's fish or whatever, throw it in the oven, cook it to whatever temperature you want. Let it rest for a bit. Cook it a little bit under, because when you take it out of the oven or take it out of the stove or whatever you do, remember that it's still hot, and it's also carrying over.
Got it.
So if I'm cooking a medium steak at my restaurant, I'll cook like a medium rare sometimes. Let it rest a bit, let the heat carry over to a medium.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's still hot. You know what I mean?
Do you think that people can like everybody can cook? In your opinion, do you
I
think
can't
everybody?
cook.
Yeah, for sure.
I've
I-
always
If I can cook,
Bruh,
You guys can cook.
I can't cook,
Dude,
bruh.
if I
I'm
can
spoiled, bruh.
dude, if I
See.
can cook, everyone can cook.
Dude, that's my
I'm
perception.
I'm being completely honest with you guys.
No,
Like,
My
bro.
perception.
if I can cook, you guys can cook.
I'm just lazy, probably.
That's my perception.
Yeah,
That's
That's my
just lazy to
perception.
cook.
If there are cookbooks, YouTube videos out there, and people say that they cannot cook, that means that they just can't follow directions.
Yeah, I
That
hate
is- that
reading
is my
directions,
thing.
bro.
I have
It's just
show
bad, it's
me.
just bad.
And I'm saying this because I've never seen him
Yeah.
cook. I've cooked for him a few times. We used to be roommates.
Hey, let's be real.
I cooked for him a few times.
I
And
cook.
I'm like,
I
when is
cook.
Migs ever gonna cook for me?
Yo,
Never happened till this day.
let me make this disclaimer right now.
Till this day.
Let
He's
me
like,
make this disclaimer, bro.
I can pour you some drinks, but I can't cook anything for you.
So people out there, I can't cook. I cook all the time. I cook people at the basketball court all the time,
Oh,
bro.
Hell
That's where I be. That's where I do all my Chef Curry cooking.
No, you don't cook.
You know?
So,
That's where I do it. Bleep, 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 bleep.
yeah. So yeah. I don't even know what to say to that. That is just crazy. I've never had Migs ever cook for me. I've always made him a bunch of food.
You ain't my wife, bro.
But I have no roommate,
Yeah,
so
okay,
it kind of happens that way.
yeah.
Hey, but
But
you the brody.
obviously you have like people that come into restaurants because they don't like to cook.
Yeah.
Like this
I
guy.
think, to be honest, probably 75% of people don't like to cook and they go to restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
sure like there are like rude people, rude customers,
Yes.
whatever, you know. What would you say? You work in, I've actually never been to Crustacean. I've never been, but every time I say, hey, I know somebody that works at Crustacean, they're
Yes,
like,
yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
like one of the best places in Beverly Hills, right?
Yeah.
So I even talked to somebody about it today,
Yeah.
And if you're talking about like fine dining, what are some do's and don'ts? What are some like etiquettes that people should comply with?
Yeah, we want to hear this.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm sure you get like some weird ass like crazy stuff.
As far as do and don'ts, depends. I mean, if you're trying to become an upcoming chef, I think a lot of it has to put your pride aside.
But I mean from a customer's perspective.
From a customer's perspective,
Just like what are those common sense that like you shouldn't do that at a fine dining restaurant?
Like have you had like people come back and be like, hey, they said it was too rare. And then like
yes,
keep
all the
bringing
time.
it back and that
All the
kind of
time.
thing. Like, so what are some like do's and don'ts like in your opinion?
yeah, in your opinion, like you know, yeah.
going into a fine dining restaurant, to be honest, at the end of the day, the chefs will do whatever they can.
Absolutely.
To satisfy the customer.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure. I think for me, it's just you kind of have to know what you're getting yourself into. You know what I mean? Like, for example, let's just say you're going to Crustacean.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty obvious that if you go to Crustacean, you're about to get a lot of seafood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know it was a seafood place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
okay.
but if you're going to Crustacean, you're going a lot.
Okay.
You're getting yourself into a lot of.
There's a lot of people allergic to seafood.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And and surprisingly, that we do get a lot of seafood allergies, which is we'll work around it, obviously. but I mean, like, you kind of have to understand, like we have a lot of people that complain, like, oh, yeah, too much seafood or blah blah. Like, you have to understand, like, our name is crustacean. You know, like, you know, like you
I didn't put
know,
the two and two together.
yeah, you know, you kind of have to, you gotta use your common sense of like, yo, we're about to feed you some seafood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some people understand, some people don't, and that's how it is.
You know, differences between like you wanting to dance versus being a chef.
Yeah.
And obviously starting your own thing. What would you say is the life of somebody that wants to become a chef?
As far as someone that wants to become a chef,
Yeah, what's like your
Like
daily?
what's a lifestyle?
yeah, what's the
like?
lifestyle? Like, yeah, like, what's the life of a
just-
chef in LA? Single, ready to mingle. You know what I mean?
Very
We want to get into
I
this
think-
juicy
Very
stuff.
single.
I think you have to understand to sacrifice your nightlife.
Mm.
And the thing is, like, with us three, especially, we love our nightlife.
Yeah.
I know us three, we've been through nightlife stuff.
Yes.
What do you mean?
But I mean, like, no, like, it's just one of those things, like, you just have to understand to sacrifice, like, the fun times and kind of just make most of your time, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously with becoming a chef, you know your holidays are gone.
Mm.
You know your weekends are gone.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You know your night times are gone. So the only free times that you have is like the morning times or, you know, the afternoon, like early afternoons, blah blah. So you kind of have to like expect you're gonna be missing a lot of family gatherings,
Yeah.
missing a lot of like friend gatherings. Cause like honestly, I miss a lot of birthdays. I miss a lot of all these things, or I catch up very late, like at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
type of stuff.
Yep.
But that's what comes with industry. So
And so, you know, with that, I mean, it seems like, especially for a young up and coming chef in Los Angeles that's trying to take over this world, you have a lot of priorities that you have to set aside, and you have to organize certain priorities to meet them. So, with that being said, right now for Josh Espinosa, if we're gonna ask Josh Espinosa,
yes, sir.
what is next for Josh? Because you just said you have to make sacrifices. So why are you making those sacrifices? What's next for you? And give us like a background of like where you're going to be in the next year or so, in the next 12 to 24, 36 months. What are your goals? What are your plans? How are you going to get there? Break it down for us. Boom.
Ooh. I'm 31 years old right now.
Single.
Yes.
Single.
Yes. 31 single and successful. Can we just say that?
He's in
I'm
K-Town.
31
He
years
likes
old right
making
now.
Korean food.
I feel like I'm in the prime of my life.
Oof, LeBron.
Yeah, no, I'm straight up serious. Like with all you guys, like I feel like I'm in the prime of my life.
Why do you say that though?
Because one, I feel healthy. I can move. I can walk. I can exercise. I can run 100 miles a month.
Yes.
It's like I can never take those times back.
Yeah.
As far as like I've been like for the past year, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, blah blah, and
We're one of those.
yeah, no, and the thing is like the common thing that every podcast has is one, they value time, two, they value exercise and all that other stuff. And the one thing that I care, like that I took from it is all that, because one, I'm 31, yo, like I'm not like once I reach 40 or 50, like I'm not gonna have the same legs that I have.
Right,
So
yeah,
I'm
facts.
just going, dude.
Facts.
I'm just going.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So, as far as my mental state, as far as like my career, like I'm taking full advantage of where this is as chef life and like physical life is gonna take me.
Yeah, no, I love that you say that, because I always say that the 30s now is the prime, because like for me,
Yeah.
I made so many mistakes in my 20s.
Oh, for sure.
I made so many mistakes, so many decisions where I was like going out a lot more. Like I know we talk about going out, but in reality, like back in the day, Migs and I used to go out all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
We did?
we all do.
Yeah. But it's so crazy because as we get older, and like when we go out, we talk about business as we're going out, which is like way different of a conversation.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
we're
for sure.
valuing our future a lot more.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we've made all those mistakes. And so it's interesting that you bring up that you're 31, like this is the best and this is the prime time. And,
Yes.
and you went into like going into dancing and you wanted to do all
Yeah.
that stuff, but you're taking all your experiences and you're like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what like
Yeah.
I'm passionate about.
So that's what I'm saying. So go ahead and tell the audience out there, what is next for Josh Espinosa? What do you have cooking right now in your bag? Tell us, bro. Where are we gonna see you? I know you're about to take over Los Angeles Culinary, bro. Tell us. Tell the world. What's next in the next year?
My goal is to
What's the
be
goal?
the best Filipino chef in Los Angeles.
Say it, bro. Say it proudly, bro.
I'm gonna be the best Filipino chef in Los Angeles.
Hey, y'all hear that, right?
And my goal is to take Filipino cuisine to another level. I mean, there's a lot of French, Italian, there's a lot of American, like, fine dining cuisine. But I think what people don't understand is that Asian cuisine is very intricate and can hang with the fine dining cuisine.
Absolutely.
So,
Can we cheers to that?
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
no,
gentlemen,
cheers.
can we cheers to Josh's future?
Yeah.
Cheers,
Cheers,
to
yeah,
Josh's
yeah,
future
yeah.
taking over. I love how you put it like that, bro.
yeah. I mean, why not? Like, why can't
Why can't it be you?
why can't like we have all, like, when you think of fine dining, you think, oh, French, you think
Italian.
you think Italian,
American.
you think Spanish, but why can't you think Korean? Why can't you think Filipino?
Yeah.
Like, we have very like intricate like tastes, like as far as like flavors of calamansi or even like gochujang. Like, dude, you can make that.
Name
like
'em,
you
bro.
can
Drop
like
'em.
you can just like that can be fine
Drop
dining too.
'em.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be chicken adobo, blah, and that's what it is. No, you can make chicken adobo as elegant as you want.
You just did in
You know what I mean?
like 5 minutes.
You know what I mean? Like, even with bulgogi, like, you can't eat, like, bulgogi doesn't have to be bulgogi. It can be, like, very fine. You know, it can be very elegant. And that's what I want to do to the culinary world. I just want to introduce it. There's some people that already have done it, but I feel like I can be the guy to be like, yo, we can make Asian cuisine. It's tight AF.
I have a question.
Real talk. That's
So-
what it is. That's what it is.
First of all, I appreciate that, and the fact that you're Filipino and then you combine Korean cuisine to your, dishes. It's different. It's fresh. It's new. I think you're about to make some noise, and I'm excited for you. And I can't believe we call you one of our good friends. That's what's up. But my question is, when you make those dishes for the people you make them to, what is the feeling you want them leaving when they taste and eat your food? What do you want them to remember you by after they eat your food, bro?
Ooh.
Tell me, bro. Speak to me, bro.
I think I want everyone that tastes my food of going home with a piece of home. You know what I mean? As far as like, not just a piece of home, but just a piece of culture. If like Jinu, if you're coming to like taking like Filipino fine dining, whatever, I want you to go home with a piece of culture of like whoa, I did not experience Filipino food like that.
Yeah.
Or if you're going home, taking Korean fine dining, like, yo.
Like from you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, because, I mean, we've all been, we all been going to, like, traditional restaurants as far as, like, Korean
Like Korean
barbecue.
KBB.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
BCD,
like, dude, like,
tofu,
why
yeah.
can't we break that barrier?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why can't we
I
break
agree.
that barrier of flavor and be like, yo, we can be fine dining too. We can be a Michelin star restaurant too. Or we can be, you know what I mean? Like, why does it have to be just Japanese, French, Spanish, American? And that's Michelin star.
Yeah.
No, hell no. You know what I mean?
Love
like, no, like Korean food, Filipino flavors, Taiwanese flavors, whatever you can name it can be Michelin star too. So my goal is to kind of open up people's mindset of like, yo, like Asian cuisine flavors is,
I'm hype.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm hyped, bro.
You know, one thing I love about our show with you is
Yeah.
that as I'm like, obviously talking to you and analyzing everything, there are people out there that want to do something.
Yeah.
They're working their 9 to 5 and they're like, man, should I just give up my 9 to 5 and then go complete to doing what I want to do? And you're a great example of someone that's doing both right now. You're like in the in-between stage where you're learning and gaining the experience of what you want,
Yeah.
and eventually you're, wanting to start your own thing. And I think back in the day, the mentorship was, you know what? It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
You go 100% and
Yeah.
that's what it was. But what people don't understand, back in the day, it was a lot harder to get information.
For sure.
And now with YouTube, with social media, like you can get information fast. So
Yep.
you can
Oh,
do multiple
yeah.
things as much as you want to. And that is the prime example of what you're doing. And I love this
Preach,
story.
JP.
Yes.
I love
Preach.
this story. Because I've had my struggles back in the day when I was like, hey, you just want to do this? We got to do it 100%.
Yeah.
And then when I fail, it's like, dude, I lose confidence.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to rebuild myself up instead
Yeah.
of doing multiple things at once. And I got criticized
Yeah.
by mentors, actually, old school mentors that would tell me, well, you should just stick to one thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
Oh, man, I
like then
completely feel you
I
on that,
fail,
brother.
then I fail,
I
and I
completely
fail.
feel you on
Like
that.
nursing. Anak, you
Yeah.
better take
Yeah.
nursing.
No, so this is a great story. Like
Yes.
I love
Yes.
what you're
Love
saying
it, bro.
and
I
this
think-
example that you're setting for a lot of young people
Yeah.
growing up and wanting to do their own thing in the future.
I think what it is for me is that, you're gonna have a lot of people that are gonna be against what you believe. You're gonna be like, they're gonna be telling you, hey, you should do this, you should do that, blah blah blah. But I think the thing is that you have to believe and believe in what you do and make the thing that you do your own. Because who would have thought like I would have become a chef? Like my thing was like being a chef was not cool to me. I was like, the cool thing was like, being a doctor, becoming a mechanical engineer, becoming a professional dancer, becoming an actor, blah blah. But chef was never in that realm. But once you accept of what you want to do, and you're like, yo, like when I became a chef, I was like, I'm gonna make this my thing.
Yeah.
I'll make being a chef like the coolest thing, like that people can do. You know what I mean? And I took whatever I learned from dance and I applied it into becoming a chef.
I love that. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, that's my thing. Is like, you can't, like, whether it's not even becoming a chef, it could be like becoming, I don't know, a veterinarian or something. If you become like, yo, I'm gonna become the coolest veterinarian in the world, as long as you have that mindset, and then you could turn yourself into something like, yo, I'm gonna make people become a veterinarian.
Yeah, I think with like
Yeah.
COVID happening, there's a lot of people unemployed right now,
Yeah.
and
Right.
so they're in that epiphany, like, what should I do in the future? I think the government has done a great job of giving people unemployment to figure things
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
and this is a perfect time to figure out what you want to do. I don't know if you guys know who Jack Welch is. He's the one that made like the Welch's juice.
Oh yeah.
So he talks about figuring out your path in life, and he says that there's two roads that you want to take, and you want to figure out the intersection. One road is figuring out what you are better than at compared to everybody else. Figure out all those things, and then the second road is figuring out what your true passion is.
Yeah.
You write those things down, and eventually, when that intersection meets, whatever that occupation is, that's what you're going to
what it
excel
is.
in.
So true.
And I feel like I feel like you bridge that gap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
with the dancing and then your obviously cooking and all that, and your experience that you're gaining, and even the passion that you have just talking about it.
Oh yeah.
Like you've
That's
met
not the
that
wine
intersection.
Yeah.
And we're very happy
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
your future success.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna have to bring you
Yes.
back when you become super
Yeah,
famous
the thing is, like, I want to check back
billions.
in like 2 years. I'm like, yo,
making
Remember
billions.
the time?
Remember the R&B? We're gonna bring back the R&B challenge and do
and
this
the thing is,
over again.
like, I was even thinking about this. You guys are catching me in the middle of my journey.
I love it.
You catching
Yeah,
me
it's
in
perfect,
The
bro.
process.
You guys are in the middle of my journey.
You're also catching us in the middle of our journey.
No, and exactly, and like that's like what I want to look back in like in a couple years or so. I'm like, yo, because I know for a fact that it's good. Like my own thing is gonna happen, my own restaurant, blah blah, and you guys are witnessing it.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Heck yeah.
You have to be passionate about
Yeah,
the process,
exactly,
not passionate
exactly.
about the
So-
end result.
exactly.
So with
Right.
that said, are you cooking up something? Like, do you have anything secret about to come up that you wanna share? Or you wanna hold off on? You wanna hold off on that? What do you want to do, Josh?
Oh shoot! All right, everybody who's watching live,
You going on Instagram Live?
if you're on
announcing
Instagram
something right
Live,
World premiere.
do I announce this? Do I announce it? Do you
I don't
guys
know,
feel
man.
special?
Hey.
You guys feel- I think you guys do.
Hey.
Okay, so I am going solo. So Kaichin is still a thing, but we are going separate ways. So I am fully focusing on Filipino cuisine.
Hey.
I don't want to say fine dining, but more of like upscale Filipino cuisine. I do have a new name.
Oh, you don't have to give it if you don't want to give it yet, bro.
Uh-oh.
You don't have to give it if you don't think you want.
wants to.
I think I kind of want to.
I think
I
want to know too.
I do want to say it,
Say it, bro.
but
It's called Butt Up.
Oh no.
okay. No, actually, I will say it
Are
today.
you sure?
I will say it today.
Hold on. Is this a world premiere for Josh Espinosa?
This is a world premiere. So
Get it.
for all the homies, for all the
Hey, y'all getting this firsthand.
this is
first look
firsthand.
right here.
So, relaunching in 2020, I present to you Filipino cuisine in a fine dining experience. Sampa, Los Angeles.
Sampa. For those of you that don't know what Sampa means.
Josh, go ahead and explain.
Okay, so Sampa is short for Sampaguita flour.
So national flower. So
the
national,
national
flowers.
Filipino
That's the
flour.
question I always ask: is the national flower?
Yes. What my vision is to Sampa also means climbing in Tagalog. So I kind of want to raise the bar for Filipino cuisine.
Oh.
So
The metaphor.
Yes.
The metaphor is amazing. Okay.
Yes. So I am releasing this in July, August. I'm taking full advantage of quarantine, so I'm going to be doing a 4-course meal.
Very nice.
Appetizer, two entrees, and dessert. Sampa style.
So it's already in the works right now.
It's on the works right
Hey,
now.
I just want to say this is world premiere. This is the
this
first
is- yeah,
time
I
that
have
he's
not-
ever.
yeah.
He has
Yeah,
to.
I
Look,
had to.
Your mom's calling right
My
now.
mom's
She's
calling.
like,
right now.
Mom,
She's
let's
mom.
go.
Oh, mom.
She's like, I can't believe
You just
announced
said it. Like, why did you
can't
say
believe
it?
you said it.
Mom just called, and then his phone dropped.
But
All
that's what the name is.
We love it. We love it, man.
Give me 1 second. 1 second.
Yeah, do your thing. But yeah, so that's great. So you heard it here first. Josh Espinosa is dropping Sampa. That's the short term for Sampaguita. And it's going to be a 4-course meal, fine dine Filipino cuisine. We got the first dibs. We got the first look, first word on it.
Maybe we
feel
could do
special.
a live little radio.
Oh, dude, that would be lit.
Over
Yeah, yeah.
Dang, that'd be dope. That'd be
So,
dope.
While you're cooking.
While you're cooking, giving you
Yeah.
the real time.
so, but yeah, no, thank you guys.
No, we're excited.
This is an exciting time for me.
Yeah, man. We're
I think
excited for you.
Yeah, man. I just told you guys my whole.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're spare you the dating life.
Well, we're gonna say that for another show, Josh. If you want to just, for anybody that is aspiring to become that chef,
Yes.
Going through the process, can you just give them a
few
words
words.
of advice before we close out the show here?
As far as becoming anything you want to do, I feel like you have to just take full on grasp and be proud of what your goal is or what you are. You know what I mean? Whether it's becoming a dog trainer or store clerk or a chef or a nurse. Like, be proud of what you do and then see where it goes. Because for me, like, I would never have thought, like, yo, I'm going to be that chef.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think I am that chef, but I mean, like, but now my mindset is like, yo, I want to be that chef. You know what I mean? So no matter what you do, whether it's becoming a nurse, RT, PT, sales associate, whatever it is, take that with pride and see what you can become. Be this best sales associate you can be. Why not? I mean, like, we're only here for 70 to 80 years.
Yeah.
Why not be the best? Why not be the best version of ourselves?
Yeah.
Facts.
No, absolutely.
That's a great closeout, fam.
Yeah, man.
Well, Josh, if people want to hit you up, the females,
Slide in your DM.
slide in your DMs.
Silence.
What is the social media that they could hit you up on?
You can hit me up at Josh M3LO, or you can follow me at Kaichin LA, but it's gonna be changing soon.
But mostly Josh M3.
But if you're following me, I know you guys know my new handle now. But thank you guys.
Yeah, man.
Dude, you
great
guys,
episode, bro.
yeah.
Again, we can't wait to really release the full episode. It's gonna be a 3-part episode. I just want to say that.
Yes, sir.
With Josh. We talked about a few things, but we're glad to have you. Me and Jinu definitely feel very, very blessed to have you here on the
Absolutely.
show. Definitely made us some bomb food. Did the R&B thing. You talked about your history and gave us a few words, man. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right,
Kickspot.
God bless, baby.
Hey, man,
Let's
we
go,
out.
baby.
Kickspot is
Let's
out,
go,
y'all.
Let's go.
Thank you for listening to Kickspot.